Hey everybody, I got Ryan here. We finally decided to get on this video. Apologize for taking 11 years to start it, but the good news is we're here now, and we got a bunch of good questions that Ryan went through and sifted out all the good ones that he thought were best, and I think the same thing. So we're going to get started on that, so this video won't be 100 years long, and Ryan's going to start that off for us, I think.
So I'll start us off. So first question is from Dice SDW. He said, he or she, don't really know, said, what if you use crochet hook after to backcomb? After backcombing, just for this hair, what do you think? Thanks. And so for me, like, I didn't, as far as like, so a lot of people out there do like the stabbing stuff to tighten their dreads. That's dangerous stuff. You can really cause a lot of breakage to your dreads, and then to the point where it can like pull out almost. Like that's something you probably shouldn't do. I used a crochet hook the same way you would blunt the tips of your dreads to blunt the ends. I would use that for loose hair at the roots. So I'd stab it through, wrap that loose hair around, and kind of weave it in and out. So I would do that for loose hair, but not the stabbing method.
Yeah, I'm the same way. For the first year I used the crochet hook a lot. Now if I ever do maintenance, I use that really small loose hair tool that you can get from like whoever, or I think it doesn't matter, but I use that small one now. But when I did use the crochet hook, and if I ever have to now for like tips that might come out, which doesn't really happen, I do this like what Ryan was saying. It all comes down. I can tell you how to do it all day, but it comes down to feel, and you can feel if you're stabbing in and out of your hair, you're gonna be ripping hair, and more than likely you can hear it. So I mean, as long as you're soft with it, and I have a video over it about how to use a crochet hook if you want to or have time to watch that. But I just yeah, it would take too much time for me to go into technique, but just be soft with it. Be careful if you have to. I always tell people to do it as little as possible, just because if you do it wrong, you're gonna jack up your hair and you're gonna be upset when they fall off. So yeah. Question number 2 is from Laarr, Laarrawr. This person said, what do you recommend to wash and maintain your dreadlocks with? I only use organic products and was wondering what would work best. While your dreadlocks are still maturing, is there a point where you should stop washing them? No, I don't think you should ever stop washing your hair. It's definitely not as necessary to wash your hair. Even I have friends who are hairdressers, and they even say people who don't have dreads, it's healthiest if you can get your scalp used to washing your hair once a week. Just because the oil is actually beneficial for your hair. If it wasn't, your head wouldn't produce it. That'd be stupid. Your head doesn't create something that's going to damage your hair. It's healthy for your hair, but for dreads, it can create like a lubricant that will hinder your dreads from locking up close to the roots, and then that obviously will affect them when they grow out. But I wash mine. What I would recommend is twice a week or once a week. Once or twice a week, really, whatever you feel like works best for you and your schedule. Organic products, that's cool. Really, what I recommend to wash with is any residue-free shampoo. A bunch of companies make it, but whatever you're using, rinse it out really well. And that's pretty much. Ryan, what would you say?
Yeah, I mean, same thing. Like I wash with Dr. Bronner's or with baking soda. Both are well. There's some debate whether Dr. Bronner's is completely residue free, but something that's residue free is good. And like Colin's saying, is really you just got to rinse it out. That's what the key is, because if you leave crap in there, like you just don't rinse it out completely, stuff will stay behind. Like the way I do it in the shower is like when it's rinsing out, I kind of cut my hands below, and like watch it as it pours down, because you can see like, okay, there's still soap, there's still shampoo, and then just keep doing that until you see it's like completely clear water.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, so next question we got Shaniqua Alfonso asked, how does dreads...
Oh, hold on. Re-say that. My bad. I think you cut out on my connection.
Okay, cool. So how does dreads affect working or jobs/school interviews? Because I want them so bad, but I need to think about maintaining a good job. And what are some warning signs when you know dreads are not done right? Dreads definitely affect work. So like I'm a business major. I'm going, I've been interviewing a lot for internships for the summer and stuff, a lot of sales positions, and appearance really matters in sales stuff. I wish it didn't, but it does. And so it actually was really affecting me as I was interviewing places. It's, I mean, most, companies aren't going to say it because it's like, I think it's illegal. So like, tell me that's why. But like you can tell like that is why I wasn't getting some of the positions. 'Cause I'm killing these interviews. I got a solid resume, but then it's like that was stopping me. But I mean, like, so Colin's a tattoo artist, so like, how's that work for you, Colin?
For me, it worked okay. I'm a tattoo artist at a shop here in Texas, But for me, it's not a big deal. I mean, obviously, a tattoo shop isn't going to be really strict about what I wear or anything like that. I mean, I still need to be clean and stuff. I mean, if I came to work with my hair smelling like butt every day, I'm sure I would get in trouble, and people would not want to get tattooed by me. But also, um, I've done ministry with dreads. I've spoken places, like preached. I've done like youth conferences, or I've gone places and helped friends do stuff. And people, as long as the people were, and this is all going to be done, like this is a different kind of situation, but they weren't real people I've worked with haven't been judgmental of it. I'm sure if I wanted to get a job at some mega church, then it would be a little bit more difficult. But I also know friends who are fully tattooed except for their face and head, and they're youth pastors places. So really it depends on like what Ryan's saying, like being in the professional world, he's going to be representing companies, he's going to be representing maybe his own company, and it's really important what people, because first appearance, first impression, that's the word, is a big deal, especially for him. So it really is just it's a relative, is it the right word, relative term, or condition, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no doubt.
It depends on what you're doing. It's all depends on the person. Situational, that's the word.
Yeah, for sure. And as far as the warning signs about not being done right, I mean, like I keep like my very first like 5 or 6 videos I keep up there because I did have to get my dreads redone. You know, I mean, you can freeform dreads, so I think at some point what I had going would have worked out, but they were just not locking up, and so it was just like there was no progress in 2.5 months. So that's how I knew it was not done well. So I could pull them apart so easily. So then we did pull them apart and got them done. That was the warning.
Hmm.
You didn't
Yeah.
have anything like that.
Oh, you cut out. Say that last like 20 words again. Sorry.
Did you didn't have any issues with stuff like that, did you?
No, but I mean, I think dreads being a thing that can form naturally, there's not really a way to mess them up. The only way you can mess up starting your dreads, because they're going to be fuzzy in the beginning no matter what you do. Even if you use a really good technique that's going to keep them tight in the beginning, they're going to get frizzy in a week or two. So it doesn't really matter.
Yep.
It's all comes down to you being patient and waiting for them to look good. The only way you can mess them up is like really damaging and breaking the hair in the process of beginning them. I mean, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, so okay. Next question is from Emma. Wait, am I going in order? Shaniqua, and then Emma Rensbo said, "It would be awesome if you could talk about beads and other accessories for your dreads. What's positive and what's negative, if they help the dreading process or if they are just pretty. How long you should have them in, if you can sleep and shower with them, and so on." Different accessories are different. I had a dread wrap in my hair for a while that was about 6 inches long, and it would take longer to dry, so I had to give more focus to it whenever my dreads were drying, just because I didn't want the dread inside to be wet still, and cause mold, obviously. But I haven't had any issues with that. But all my beads and wraps I pretty much take out, except for I have one that's pretty tight on there, and it's kind of formed a little rivet in the dread, so I don't mind keeping it there. Plus the dread, I always check every so often. Nothing I have in my dreads is like permanent. I can take it out if I want to. It's not like weaved in through the hair. But that wrap actually did do not damage, but when I finally took it off, the dread had weakened in that spot because it wasn't allowed to move around and kind of tighten up with the rest of the dread.
How long did you have?
That wrap?
Yeah.
I had it for like maybe 6-7 months.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was I think it was from sometime late first year of dreads to the mid of my second year, maybe.